Hello everyone, this is Singy from the Sanctum of the Soul, and today I've got the Moonology Oracle cards. This is not a new deck, not by far. It's been around for about more than a year, I think. But I only recently got this because I chose the Stacy DeMarco deck, which was the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and I got this over that at the time, and I didn't feel like it was necessary to get two moon decks, but I don't know why. But this deck popped up again, and I looked at the cards, and I thought they were beautiful, much more beautiful than I expected or than I remembered from previews in the past when it was first released. So here it is, and yeah, so this is by Hay House, and I am expecting that the card quality will be quite good. Um, and since it's by Hay House, let me see if it fits with the other. Yep, so it does. The box is the same size as the others, so that's very convenient. Even Doreen Virtue decks would be able to be placed side by side with that. I know it's not a big issue, but I have space constraints, so I'm always thinking about whether or not I have enough space for my decks. So I'm going to open this. So my hatred of shrink wrap cannot be expressed in mere words. Here we go. Okay, so the box is in pretty good condition. It's like minor dents, but oh well, what can you expect from shipping? So the color's really beautiful. It reminds me a bit of the Santa Muerte deck. I like that it's gone with the whole dark blue, royal blue kind of effect compared to Stacy DeMarco, who has opted for a royal galactic effect. So obviously right off the bat, the energy of this deck would be more gentle, it would be more earthly. And let's look at so it's by Nyx Rowan, which is very interesting because her name literally means the goddess of the night, or night in Latin, I think. Yeah. The energy of the moon has a formidable effect on our everyday life. Use these gorgeously illustrated oracle cards to tap into her ancient wisdom for healing, guidance, and protection, and learn how to work with the magical energy during each lunation. The accompanying guidebook reveals how to interpret the cards, work with them to create, plan, and predict your life. Whenever you need to make an important decision, just pick a card and let the moon guide you. There's a beautiful silver. Oh, it's silver, it's just yellow because that's what the sunlight looks like now. And oh, look at that, so beautiful. And that's obviously a moon surface, I think. So that's beautiful. Card box is look at that. The box is as good as you would expect from Hay House. Very impressive. And the guidebook, it is quite sizable considering the cards aren't. Well, they are. How many cards is this? 44 cards. So yeah, alright. About 2 pages per card. Yeah. And it's a typical Hay House kind of guidebook. Very well made. And so you've got the general summarized meanings, the attunements to the moon, the additional meanings, and the teachings, which is all you need really. And I know that I usually advocate against using the guidebooks, but in this case, because I'm not very familiar with the lunation phases, is that even a phrase? With the moon phases, so I might use the guidebook to learn better and to familiarize myself with moon phases, because I think the moon is a big source of energetic shifts and cycles, so that is important to know. I'm not sure if I will follow through and memorize everything, because honestly, let's be honest, some things cannot be intuitively garnered. Well, they can, but only if you're really interested in it. I'm not that interested in it. So the cards are pretty good quality, a bit bent, you can see. Other than that, I don't see any defects. Yeah. Kudos to Hay House for never failing to never failing to amaze. I was gonna say never disappointing, but yeah. Alright, so the first card. A new start is coming. New moon. Have faith in your dreams. Look at how beautiful the card. So, the card colors look a bit like the Inner Star Oracle. Except it's not just a black sphere, circle. It is actually a photo of the moon, I think, and all they did was darken it, which I really like. It's like a shadow upon the moon, which is what the new moon is. And yeah, I appreciate little things. It shows how much thought and effort they've put into. Oh yes, very beautiful. Also, the card stock is exactly like, you know, all the newest Hay House decks, like the Divine Feminine Oracle, or Colette Baron Reed's Oracles. Yeah, so they are a lovely matte, thick cardstock. Bummer that it is very bent. I'm not sure what happened, but it's not a big issue. Like, I'm okay with cards being bent. I'm not okay with cards being chipped or, you know, scratched. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. Huh. Okay. So I'm going to try to find the cards here because the cards are not numbered, so it's going to be a bit of a, yeah, it's going to be a bit harder to find the moon cards. Yeah, it's going to be a bit hard to find the exact cards in the book because the contents page isn't really numbered, but that's fine. Oh, look at the colors. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. Surrender to the divine. Full moon. So, which ones are the moon phase cards? Are those the moon phases? Let's look at the contents page. Phases of the moon. So it goes all the way to balsamic moon. Okay. So these are the moon phases cards. Time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. Never even heard of the disseminating moon. Third quarter moon. Adjustments are required. Oh, are these actual photos or are these digital renderings? Not sure, but they are beautiful. Balsamic moon. Time for healing. Is that... Well, it does look very healing. I like that the cards are so simple, but at the same time so detailed. I'm not being very coherent today, am I? Okay, so these are obviously the new moon in various zodiacs, and then the full moon. Okay, so the new moons in zodiacs. New moon in Aries, time to take action. Ram them all. Wait, is Aries the ram, was that Capricorn? Never mind. Prosperity Taurus is interesting that the ox is always a sign of prosperity. It is the sign of prosperity even in, you know, Chinese cultures, Indian cultures, abundance and prosperity. And what was I saying about scratches? Look at that. That is quite a bad scratch. It looks like stretch marks. Yeah. Yeah, it's very scratched. How on earth did that happen? I'll take a photo of it later, just in case. And that's New moon in Gemini, communication. Cancer, new moon in Cancer. New moon in Leo. New moon in Virgo. The elements are very obvious here, so there's no mistaking it. New moon in Libra. Okay, new moon in Scorpio. New moon in Sagittarius. New moon in Capricorn. New moon in Aquarius. New moon in Pisces. And that's all the new moons. Now for the full moons, that would be full moon in Aries, full moon in Taurus. So the zodiac signs are recycled, but the moon is not, so it's okay for me. I don't think it's that reasonable for them to create a whole new zodiac art just for that. And so I have to say this, it is not very difficult to create the cards because they are literally just using the moon, and then you're shading in colors on the moon, and then you're adding the stars in the back. It's nice that they don't use the same star system or portion of the night sky for every single card, which I appreciate, but it is still not that hard to do. Especially when over this, you can literally do this and paint in so you don't even need Photoshop for that. Full moon in Gemini, full moon in Cancer. I mean, the cards are beautiful, so I'm not. Oh, and it's interesting because they even shifted the moon, so I take it back. It's not exactly the same moon. You can see that it's different portions of the moon, so it's the moon photos of the moon taken at different rotations, I guess. Actually, I'm not too convinced that these are photos, because the dark side of the moon is, you know, basically the same side of the moon faces us all the time, so this might just be an artwork in which they created a sphere and then they just turned it, but it's alright. I'm not going to analyze it. Don't let pride get in your way. You are good enough. Aha. Okay. Release negativity. Look at the bigger picture. End of a tough cycle approaches. Show the world the real you. Balance spirituality and practicality. I love this card. Oh man. Okay, and next are new moon eclipse. Full moon. Oh, the eclipses. Let me just look at what they call these. So these are full moon cards, special moon cards. Alright, so everything else are special moon cards. I'm assuming it'd be like harvest moons and all that, strawberry moons and all. New moon eclipse, expect powerful change. Full moon eclipse. Oh, this is beautiful. And I like that it almost pops out of the card. It looks very 3D, even though it's obviously not. And that's the waxing moon. Waning moon. Oh, beautiful. What do you need to release? It's such a peaceful image. Void, of course. Moon and scratches again. Very disappointing, but the scratches look like they're about the same pace, so it could possibly be a printing issue. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. Fixed moon. Hold your vision. Mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Oh, supermoon. Emotions are running high. Believe in the impossible. Once in a blue moon. South node. Oh, these are important nodes in astrology. Ah, so beautiful. Okay, and as is my self-made custom, I will do a small reading for myself, so a nice forecast of, oh my goodness, the energy is buzzing already. So a nice forecast of next week. So I'll have this one, this one, and this one. Oh, look at that. So I'll just have one more card for clarification. Ah, okay. So this is like a really good reading. As a positive reading. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. And yeah, so I am expecting some changes in my life, and I really trust that the cards are telling me that the changes will be positive. And yeah, so I am looking forward to them now. So I know this has been a really short review, shorter than usual, but you know, I'm more energetic today, so I probably talked a bit faster. Yeah, so that's all. For anyone who's considering getting this deck, um, you know, choosing a moon deck if you're only getting one, this is a really good choice. I love it. There's literally nothing to complain about apart from the few scratches on the cards. I will do a review of this next, so stay tuned to that. And then you can decide which one suits you better. I love both equally, so I'm not going to, you know, make that decision for you. I'm not even going to say which one I prefer because I don't prefer any one of them. So yeah, but I will say this: this deck is far more soothing than the Stacy DeMarco one. The energy is much more soothing, much better for healing. You can expect that this deck would be perfect for those quiet readings in a darkly lit room. It wouldn't be very out of place, but I think the Stacy deck would be a bit out of place in that setting. Because the energy is of course more vibrant. So if you prefer a more mild deck, this is the one for you. If you prefer a more energetic deck, the Stacy DeMarco one is better. But if you don't have any of those preferences, then stay tuned to the next video and I will review the Stacy DeMarco one and you can see which one you like better. So this has been Singy from the Sanctum of the Soul, and have a wonderful day ahead, have a wonderful week ahead, and thanks for watching. See ya!